Mythic Squad, the People's Guild. Our passion for making monsters can't be killed. We breed the best pets, learn a lot, no regrets. Join us in creating excellence. Purple on our back, Mythic Squad on the chest. It's the Mythic Squad. It's Mythic Squad. The Beave, Mosh, Starbuck, Mythic Squad. It's time! Welcome to Alpha with Ogre!
What's up, Ogre?
Nothing much, baby. Alpha with Ogre. The Ogre Alpha, or the Alpha Ogre.
The Alpha Ogre. Hey, there's a nice ring to that.
Right? What was it?
True
I was
story.
thinking about that earlier. Ogre's Alpha with the Alpha Ogre, or something like that.
Yeah. I think we called this one Alpha with Ogre, but our naming convention was brief, and we can revisit it at any time.
Right? So, how many of y'all have won yet? Go ahead, drop it in the chat. How many of y'all have actually beat down the boars? I got a little bit. I'll drop the alpha up front. It is not easy. I got some stats from the team right before the stream. And as of a block earlier today, there was roughly a 13% win ratio. So they're definitely not easy. They didn't make it super simple so that everybody's going to be able to win. You got to be able to get it. Heck yeah. And it was like 3,220 hunts and appropriately 420 wins. So
There you
that's
go.
the math.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Beave for his contribution to that win number. But I won, so that replay that you saw at the beginning of the stream was my replay. I just happened to be recording. I was like, I'm either gonna lose this one or I'm gonna win, and I was down to my just basic attacks. Schwack, 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 double archer set up with a knight up front. I just said, forget the priest. I can't figure that one out, but I could, go in arrows blazing, and I took out that boar. Won me 3 beautiful tiers and about 2,400 in XP total for those heroes. So when
Nice.
Hubert said that the combat was going to be a huge driver to XP, and we'd find ways to get closer and closer to that, faster ways to get to level 100, he wasn't lying. So shout out to Hubert. You did it. Love this game. And I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. Really fun. I was way more addictive than I thought I was going to be. I was sitting there in a meeting winning this, and it was a good time for sure.
Nice. Yes, I got to try it once before I crashed last night. I did a knight archer priest, but I mean, they were like, I think my knight was like level 11. My archer was like level 9 and my priest was level 8. I hung in there. I knocked him. I almost killed. Actually, I think I did kill the front boar. And then the other two were like at half health before I lost. So I actually managed to do it pretty well. Just needed more hit points.
I've been hearing that the strategy, and if the Beetle Dude had dropped a little bit of alpha that, talk to the NPCs within the tavern, they might give you some heads up. And one of them says, take out the mama bear, or like you should go for the mama boar, because if you take out its younglings, it's going to get pissed. And in that battle I just showed, I took out the younglings first just because that's just the luck of the draw. And as soon as I did that, it took out 2 of my characters and under charge. None of mine were going to live through that. And but I still won. I still pulled it out. And I'm hesitant to play it again right now because I'm always, end on a dub. Why not?
Right. Yeah, those
targets. Ghost Panda won 7 out of 12, bunch of tiers in 1 shard. That's incredible.
No equipping yet?
Skiller's 2 out of 5, and I'm 1 out of, I think, 6 or 7, something like that. I don't know how many I played, but I won 1. I think I played 6, and I think I won on my 6th attempt.
Nice. Yeah, I think I need to level my guys up. Like my highest level heroes are level 11. Like I've been slacking on the profession quest. I need to get them back in there and going constantly. So
Ogre, this week I have to have a faster stream. Next week, depending on how much alpha you have to drop, I want to sit there for at least 15 minutes with you to go through some of your heroes. You just give me the 0x's, and in 5-10 minutes we can get you we could get you slapping on your number one. We'll get you your traits. We'll see if we can smash some heroes together that we could level up faster.
I think it's going to take a little bit longer than that. I have an army of like 500 Gen 1 1010s, and they need, like, I've just been, so far, my summoning has all just been like my Gen 0s. I just summon with them and then let the Gen 1s play. And I haven't really gone farther than that yet. So I told myself I was going to level them up to like level 5, 10. So that way my Gen 2s would be stronger. And then I didn't bot, whatever. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
It is what it is. No.
But I mean, I'm going to do a clinic. Me, Mosh, Beave. I mean, we've been in this trait and mutation game since the jump, and you know, I mean, I wouldn't say that we're the best at it, but we definitely know what we're doing, and we're going to put on a clinic. I'd love to have you, Ultra G, come on and help you guys with some of these and give you some insights how I do it fast. I think we have the same methods, me, Mosh, and Beave. We'll confirm it maybe tonight when we have Dreamer on stream.
Okay. If we want to waste that time on stream, I mean, if we're going to have Dreamer on stream, we need to be paying attention to Dreamer, letting him talk. He's the man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Don't want to waste his time doing a bunch of other stuff. But hey,
who knows? Mosh clarified he is the best. Okay. Now we know. Mosh does have the best Transcendent Dread Knight in the game. Double Transcendent, I should say.
Is it the only double Transcendent?
He has the only double Transcendent Dread Knight, and then he has a legendary with Second Life Dread Knight as well, which is chef's kiss.
Right. So what combinations are working for people so far? You mentioned a Knight and double Archer worked for you. I'm curious to hear, like, what else? Did you see anything else that you won with? You said you won. No, you're 1 for 5. So.
I've seen some strategic ones. I mean, some standard ones where they've got the priest in back, but you know what I end up happening whenever I was using the priest, they push it to the front. So it's just like, why am I even having this punching bag when I could have some damage dealers? And the barrier is the key with the priest. Some people are saying that if you're using the priest, the barrier is clutch. It's like the way, but I couldn't do that. So like I said, I'm all about the damage. And with the double archers, there's a move where you can notch a stone. And that notch a stone can only hit the front 2 people, but there's possibility that it hits the person behind the target. So if you aim at the mid, it hits Mama Boar, and if the Mama Boar crits, it's potential for my character to be about 250 to 300 for the crit right off the top, which is a big crit. So that's my strategy. I use the right side of the build on the archer the whole time. Or for both of the archers, and then I mix it up with the knight. I don't just use one side. I used it so that there's one attack that has 150. What I find is like I have to stay on the softer side of the attack, because by the time I'm just facing that Mama Boar, all my MP is gone, and I'm just using my basic attacks, which is what you saw in that replay. I ended with basic attacks.
Yep, makes sense. Heck yeah.
Belly.
The belly. Ghost Panda. So, okay, so Ghost Panda has been doing straight Knight, Priest, Archer. Strategy is dependent upon the right timing on full circle heal on the Priest. That makes sense. Because you got to be able to get that. I mean, if you do a full family heal and you only have one person who's been taking all the damage, that kind of ruins it. That's my big thing. Because when I use the Priest, I think for the passive, I did the extra healing bonus, and then I just went straight single heal. And then for the most part, I just kept pumping it straight to the Knight in the front because he kept taking most of the damage. Then I got a mad rush from Mama Boar, and that jorked them all up, and that totally threw everything out of whack for me. And this piggy up front kept rotating my Knight into the middle, which would cause me to waste a turn moving back to the front because my archer was kind of weak sauce. So
I wouldn't always move it. Like in this one that you saw, I kept the archer. They pushed it, and I was like, well, my archer's got enough. I'm just going to let it ride. And eventually those 2 died. But Skiller says right here, I'm 2-0 with double archer and knight. So
He's
I
also
don't
probably
know.
got like level 20 heroes.
Yeah, he's probably got some good ones. I haven't seen them all. With a priest, he's 0-3. With a priest, I'm 0 and
Interesting.
whatever as well. So the priest
Interesting.
doesn't work for me. And I guess I've never used that strategy before. I'm always just a go hard. I'm power all the way.
Right. Makes sense. I like it.
There is, when that boar starts charging though, if it starts charging early, it's pretty much an overmatch for me. If the big mama boar starts out with a charge or whatever, it wipes out 600, she could take out one of my heroes with just one move. So just got to watch that boar.
Yep.
I haven't seen the level 5 moves yet, so I'm excited to see those. But we're really seeing how big of a part, number one, agility is playing because the criticals are so critical. Luck plays a big part, and then obviously having strong HP. But that turn orders impacted a big time with the agility. So you want huge agility, huge HP, and huge luck. At least that's my experience so far. I think
Does dexterity come into play at all? Is it only agility?
Dex comes into play because, if you don't have Dex, you will see I miss quite a bit. With the archers, I don't miss a lot. And even with the knight, when I've got an 88% chance to hit, RNG plays its role. So RNGesus needs to take the wheel and steer us in the right direction.
Does that also, what is it, agility or a dexterity that plays a role in your ability to dodge as well?
I think it's both. Or no, I think it's agility, but I could be wrong. We'd have to have chat fill us in.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. They're all important, right? Because then your mana, as we can see, every single class uses mana, right? Not just the wizards and priests.
Right.
So it'll be important to have that high intelligence and wisdom. Luck, obviously huge. Endurance, it makes you stronger. The agility, they're all important. Strength is your classic hit, which, as we saw, I only played the one, but like you said in your round, it came down to it. I was out of mana, so I had to just kind of thunk away with my weapon, do what I could to chip away.
Yeah, I just got lucky. It missed on its charges, and had it hit on one of those charges, I would have been taken out.
Heck yeah, I love it.
RNG, that's what we're saying. RNG has its place. Shout out to RNGesus who's in the chat, or AK-47 Jesus.
Heck yeah.
And Johnny, we got a lot of people. Ghost Panda, Iron Belly's in here. Iron Belly's who got me, Mosh, and Beave in the game. Skiller's in the chat. Dags, Nooney's the one who started us off. Jonathan Smith. We got a whole crew. I hope you all are able to stay up late tonight when we do have our anniversary stream. It's a big one. As soon as we get wrapped up with this stream, I'm going to be working on putting together something for that. We're working on the fly today.
Oh yeah, you mentioned you got to make it a short one. I kind of do too, because I got one child at the hospital with Ma Dukes, kind of chilling. I brought my other daughter here, and they're trying to swap out by 6 because my son wants to see the football game, which starts at 6. So I got to get over to the hospital.
Isn't it past 6 over there? It's 6:17, right? Or no, 5:17.
No, 5:17. I'm in Mountain Time right now. At home, it would be 6:17. Yeah.
That's right. All right. So what'd you catch from Alpha from today's AMA? I was messing with the boar hunt, so I wasn't really paying attention to the talking as much. I saw George in the chat. That was cool.
Yep. The biggest thing for the AMA was just talking about boar hunts, really. There were some small bugs. They were working on them, knocking on them, but they didn't really seem to affect the play, right? They didn't see too many complaints, which means that testing they did was spot on. Dropped a real great update. Everybody was just excited that it was so well received on the team. Pretty much all the updates. There wasn't a whole lot of alpha, except maybe that Fox, now that this has dropped, his next move is to start working on more heroes. So the alpha that's what's coming next, is adding the skill trees for more heroes and making that more fully complete.
What I want to see is our traits. I want to use our traits because, we've been going so hard for these traits for the entire time, and we can't do a lick of shit with them. So
that's going to take a while, though. In all reality, I could see that being a few more months before we have all of the heroes with all of the traits. Expectation management is important. We don't, because if you were all excited, be like, yes, it's going to be out in this update, and then people get it, And it can be a great update, but they expected something else. And it's like, oh, this sucks. It doesn't suck. It's still awesome. It's just not what you expected, right? So expectation management is huge. I fully think that we need to recognize that over the way this team develops, they do it in little blocks, right? Small functional blocks. They test the hell out of it, make sure it's pretty much good to go, then they drop it out there for us. And it's just like Legos. They're just building the game one on top of the other. And what we see in this drop, the PvP, after they flesh it out and have more heroes there, then it will be incorporated into the map. And as we start moving around the map, you'll randomly encounter enemies, right? And it'll bring up an encounter like this. And then when they implement PvP, it's going to be the same format with the same rules, and you have the same abilities, right? So it all just builds on each other. I just want everybody to keep that in mind. Like, if you think that this is going to bang out and go to the moon tomorrow because they did an update, you're not controlling your expectations properly, right? We're here for the long haul. 3 to 5 years, this game's going to be freaking slapping.
Absolutely. Speaking of game, the Sticks intern had a stream with Raph, and I believe Two Honest had one over the weekend too with Raph. ADFK put out a new game where you can win a ton of raffle tickets. Adventure Arcade, that's their role-playing game. I'm glad that they pushed it up a day early, because with boar hunts here, not a lot of people are already talking about it, but I've heard a lot of good things about Adventure Arcade. We're going to have them on stream too, to have them showcase what that's all about with us. And man, I love stories, so I love that there's a story aspect to it. From what I saw, you can face I think they were facing a scarecrow on their journey. It is turn-based too, so there's a lot of things coming out. It's good to see those third-party builders that Raph and Neindorf have been there grinding away and doing a lot for the DFK ecosystem as well. And Beaves is celebrating, I'm sure. Smoke is in the air. Beave, if you're on, I sent you guys the link. Oh, they're working with their dad. I apologize. Mosh is working at his job, and Beave's working with his dad today.
Very nice.
Yeah, but they'll be on tonight. So again, tonight's the big night. Tomorrow we got Justin Bello on Wake DFK Up. So we're excited for that one. Director of Next Crypto Gem, and I'm working on some other guests as well. Both for our early stream and our evening.
Did we just miss it, or does that start in 40 minutes?
The Next Crypto Gym?
Yeah.
The final episode's out today. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't even watched the last episode. I watch them 1 week late because it's not there on Thursday, and I typically watch them before our Friday stream in the morning while I'm getting ready.
Makes sense. Heck yeah. Good stuff. All right, man. Well, unless you got something else, I think maybe that's a wrap.
Yeah, I think that is a wrap. I'm sure Too Honest is streaming today. Don't forget to check out Office Hours every week, 7 o'clock on Wednesdays Pacific time. We've definitely got a lot of things coming. I'm about to make a schedule. I mean, we've got so many streamers out right now. One specific for the Mythic Squad, so you'll know who's streaming, when they're streaming, and the topic that we're going on. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Hopefully I put that out this weekend. We'll see about that. But the other big thing is Crystal Kraken is tomorrow at 6:30, like it normally is Pacific time. But before that, 30 minutes before, we'll be kicking off our Mythic Squad party to celebrate our 1-year anniversary in Mythic Mayhem. So you are all invited. We're going to be doing some summons. Mosh has got a giveaway planned. I've got a giveaway planned. And I know that we've got, a couple of other fun stuff, not to mention this is a summoning party. So if you've got summons you want to do, especially good ones, you want to save it for the stream tomorrow, that'd be awesome. I know I've got at least a couple Dread Knight attempts and going for some transcendent abilities. Johnny, I'm not going to blow up what he's got, but he puts my summons to shame. So if you want to see Johnny do some big things, make sure you tune into Mythic Mayhem in the Mythic Squad's Discord. If you haven't had an invite to that yet for some odd reason, make sure you reach out to us. And Johnny, yes, that is tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Other than that, we are out. Ogre, thank you so much for your time as usual. Tune in next week when we go over more Alpha with Ogre.
Later, y'all.
Bye, all.
Mythic Squad, the People's Guild. A passion for making monsters can't be killed. We breed the best pets, learn a lot, no regrets. Join us in creating excellence. Purple on our back, Mythic Squad on the chest.